Okay, on with the rankings. Going with our fifth best team. Was quickly becoming my rival. Always been my rival, though, deep down inside. Team Weinstein. Stevie. Matt Ryan, Philip Rivers. Really, two good, really good quarterbacks. Probably the second best duo in the league. Matt Ryan had an incredible year last year. Finished as a top five quarterback. Could definitely see him sticking around there. Definitely quarterback one, mid-range quarterback one, but definitely a quarterback one. Philip Rivers, he's played every game he's had a chance to. I mean, he has like 11 straight years of playing, so he's consistent. He's gonna play. He plays through injuries. Keenan Allen got hurt last year, which hurt him a lot, but I think he's prime time bounce back candidate. Seeing him being a low end quarterback one, probably quarterback two, finishing in the 10, 11, 12 range. Definitely nice solid pairing right there. But your backs. The backs are a big hole in this team. Christian McCaffrey is leading the running backs. And we don't know what the hell Christian McCaffrey is going to be. We knew what he did at Stanford. We knew he was a beast, but it's college football. We don't know what this guy's going to do. Panthers said they're going to use him as much as they can. I think Jonathan Stewart might be the early down guy starting off. McCaffrey, I don't know if he's the workhorse yet. He's definitely going to catch passes. His floor to me is Danny Woodhead, and that's a pretty good floor. That's a high floor. His ceiling is through the roof, though. He could be a running back one. Definitely a running back two to start. You never know with this guy, though. Amir Abdullah is your second running back. He's in the running back three range. Maybe a low end running back two. He didn't play that much last year. Don't know too much about him. We know the Lions like to pass. With Theo Riddick catching a lot of passes over there, I think he's going to be the early down guy. If he's the vulture, the touchdown vulture, he could get 10, 12 touchdowns. Definitely will help him out a lot. I could see him finishing as a running back too. Maybe a low end one, but I'm not really too high on him. I like a lot more running backs. Wide receivers, though, you got good wides. Odell Beckham, ever since coming to the league, he's been one of the best wide receivers. He's a monster. He's going to catch a lot of passes. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns. Definitely see him finish in the top five. Might be the year he finishes top one, depending on other wide receivers, but I'm expecting a lot from him this year. He wants to get paid, so in order to get paid, you got to play. Dez Bryant is your wide receiver two. Dez Bryant has been really hurt the past 2 years, but 3 years ago, he was a top 10 wide receiver. He was seventh best wide receiver. He's really good still, Dez. The Giants have shut him down in the past, so week one, he might have some trouble. But if Dez stays healthy and Ezekiel's going to be out 6 games, I like Dez. I mean, he's a good wide receiver, too. He could be a wide receiver one if he stays healthy and he's on the field. He's going to score touchdowns. He's a big red zone threat. I could see him scoring 12 touchdowns easily. I like Dez a lot. Dez really fell in the draft because people forgot about Dez, but you can't forget about him. He's good. Keenan Allen is your third wide. ESPN has them as a wide receiver three. I think they forgot about Keenan Allen too because they know he's been hurt, but I like Keenan Allen a lot. That was a great pick. You got him middle rounds. He has wide receiver two written all over him. Wide receiver one upside with Phillip throwing the ball. You get the double dip with the touchdowns. Love Keenan Allen on a bounce back year. Just got to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, he has a shot to be a wide receiver one. Zach Ertz is your tight end. People got him as a sleeper. I just don't like tight ends at all, besides like the top three. He's going to be decent. I mean, if Carson Wentz relies on him like he did last year, I mean, he finished with 78 catches last year, so it's not like this guy's bad. He was a good tight end last year. He finished 6th. So he's right in that middle range of tight ends. Definitely could see him sticking there. Ty Montgomery is your third running back in your flex right now. I just don't Packers running backs, they change every year, whether it's Eddie Lacy, James Starks, Ty Montgomery. I mean, it's like a revolving door. It's whoever's gonna just be there to protect Aaron Rodgers because he's gonna throw a lot. I don't see him being a goal line back. I don't think he's built to be that, but if he winds up doing that, scoring 8, 9, 10 touchdowns, could be a good threat. And in that flex spot, definitely going to catch some passes. So, very solid running back 3, running back 2 upside. He's blah. What are you going to do? You got Devontae Parker on your bench. People love him with Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler called him a better Alshon Jeffrey, which Cutler has always relied on his first wide receiver, the guy on the side of the field that he could go deep to, like Alshon, like Brandon Marshall. He's primetime breakout candidate entering his 3rd year. You got Jordan Matthews, number 1 wide receiver on the Bills. The Bills have always been run first with Rex Ryan. Changed up the coach. Jordan Matthews entering a really, really good scenario. I thought he was in a good spot last year too in Philly. Got hurt a little bit. He's been hurt a lot. He's entering this year. He's a little banged up. Something wrong with his chest. You got Jermaine Kearse, the clear-cut number 1 on the Jets, but the clear-cut number 1 on the Jets is not clear-cut, as one would say. They're going to be throwing a lot because they're going to be down a lot. So, yeah, I mean, garbage time is real time, eh? Joe Flacco, 3rd quarterback, bye week flyer. Praying that he does something good on the bye weeks. And I have no clue why you drafted Joey Bosa. You already have someone in your IDP spot. Bosa's an edge rusher. He ain't going to do too much in this type of format. Yeah, I wonder. Coming for you, bro. Oh, the 4th best team. Look who it is. Team Bush. 94%. I'm pretty strong. What can I say? Just as I said, I wasn't going to take any quarterbacks. I took 2 quarterbacks. I did what a lot of people did, and I let the draft play to them, to their advantages. And I saw 5 quarterbacks go in the first 2 rounds. 6 quarterbacks actually go in the first 2 rounds. So it was either I doubled up on quarterbacks, double dipped, or I would have been fucked and wound up with like the 11th and 12th quarterbacks off the board, which I just didn't like. I went Mariota and Jameis. They're both young, both drafted in the same year. I don't have Winston this week because of Hurricane Irma, but it's okay. Mariota was a monster for like 6, 7 straight weeks. He was a monster, scoring touchdowns at will. I think he's going to be really good. I think James is going to be really good too. I feel like both of them could finish inside the top 10, and if both of them finish in the top 10, my team's going to be pretty good. I think Mariota is definitely quarterback 1. Jameis probably might be a quarterback 2 in the beginning. I think he's going to develop into a quarterback 1. I think his ranking is like quarterback 11 on ESPN. But I think he could definitely jump a few spots because I think he has the ability. He's got Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson this year on the other side. So Evans going to open up that field. Jackson's going to open up the field. Evans going to be across the middle. Really, really high on James this year. David Johnson, what can I say? He's a stud. Definitely not going to go for 20 touchdowns. I know that. Even if he goes to 15, 12, that's fine. As long as he keeps the volume up. He catches a lot of passes. He runs a lot. He's the workhorse. So I went with the workhorse, running back 1. Definitely see him finishing in the top 3 as a running back. Praying he finishes in the top 10 overall. If he does, it's going to be a problem with you guys. Got my steal of the draft, as I say. I got him 61st overall. The last one, the last workhorse to go, Kareem Hunt. He's leading the backfield for the Chiefs after Spencer Ware tore his PCL. Running backs in Andy Reid's offenses are always good. He likes to utilize the running back to catch passes, to run the ball. He's going to be pretty good. I like him as a running back too. I like him as probably in like the 12 to 15 range starting off. He could enter running back one territory if he keeps up what he's been doing in camp and in preseason. I'm really high on this guy, Hunt. My wides are they're weak. They're very weak, and I'm probably gonna have to trade for another wide. I got D Hopkins. Man, Hopkins, you killed me last year. Me and Pete just killed us, completely ruined our season. You had no one throwing you the ball. Now you have Tom Savage throwing you the ball, and I think he's better than Brock Osweiler because Brock Osweiler was absolutely horrendous. I can't believe the Broncos signed him. The Browns fucking released him, so you got to be doing something wrong if you got released by the Browns. I'm high on Hopkins this year. Definitely, he's in the wide receiver 2 territory. Could see him jumping back up into the wide receiver 1. He just got targeted last year. He's got like 45 less targets than last year, which is huge. I think his targets take a little step forward from last year, so he might wind up with like 130, 140, 150 targets. If he does, he's going to catch a lot of passes on that team. They don't have any wide receivers. They're all hurt. I got Golden Tate as my 2. Guy's caught 90 passes like the past 2-3 years. I can't pass up on that as a wide receiver 2. He's the definition of a wide receiver 2. Stefon Diggs. I think Diggs takes a huge step forward this year. He's in wide receiver 3 territory. Definitely has wide receiver 2 upside. If Sam Bradford does not get sacked a lot, this guy's going to be a wide 1. We saw him come out of nowhere 2 years ago as a 5th-round pick. Came out of nowhere. Last year was hobbled by injuries, but still played a lot. Had a few really, really good games, wide receiver 1 games. If he could get his touchdowns up and he's scoring 8, 9, 10 touchdowns, the guy could jump up into wide receiver 1 territory, but I'm taking him as my wide 3. I got the number 1 tight end from last year, Travis Kelce. I predicted him to be the number 1 wide receiver last year. Number 1 tight end. I hate that I had to mix Hunt and Kelce. I hate mixing running back tight end because you just can't score that many points. You're guaranteeing yourself you can't score more than 3 touchdowns a week, basically. Because if the Chiefs' offense has been what it's been in the past, they don't score a lot. I can only get 3 touchdowns out of those spots, which sucks. Definitely gonna cap off my my potential points, but I had to go tight end there, or I wasn't gonna get one. I hate reaching, but I have to. I had to reach in all my spots. My flex, I got Jeremy Maclin. Maclin was really good on the Eagles last year. On the Chiefs, he couldn't get anything going. The Chiefs just couldn't pass the ball. Like Alex Smith is just such a game manager. They just run. Yeah, I'm not huge on him this year, but going into a new situation in Baltimore, I think he might catch 80, 90 balls, and if he does, he's going to be a wide 3 option, which definitely slip him right into the flex. And then I got my other deep sleeper, Corey Davis. I have him and Mariota, so I need touchdowns from him. I definitely think I'm looking at to lock him next year because top 5 wide receiver in the drafts always have really good rookie years. It's been like this for the past 10, 15 years. Those top 5 wide receivers in drafts have gone top 25. So I'm firing up as a wide receiver 3 starting the season. And if he's going to be what he was in college, he's a wide receiver 1. I got Duke Johnson, PPR God. He's Danny Woodhead all over again. And I got Jonathan Stewart, vulturing some touchdowns. Okay. What we got here? Number 3, the 3rd best team. I drink. And I'll win games. That's what I do. I'll drink and I'll win games. Salam. John Salam Alaikum. Alaikum Salam. And Rodgers took him in the 1st round. The first quarterback to go, Aaron. He's the man, Aaron. He's going to score a lot of points in this fucking system. I could see him scoring. He averaged 30 last year. Don't see it changing. Alex Smith, he's your 2nd quarterback. Not high in him. Definitely a quarterback, too. I think you need help in that other quarterback spot, but Aaron could definitely carry you. Devonta Freeman, I feel like you have him every single year. You had him 2 years ago and locked him last year, and he was like a really low round pick, and it was amazing. But I like him a lot. High octane offense. He's gonna score touchdowns. He's gonna catch passes. Probably one of the only offenses where you could have two reliable running backs every week in, week out. Carlos Hyde, your wide receiver two. They're gonna be down a lot of games. Don't see them throwing too often, running too often late in games when they're down 28 points. Not really high on him. T.Y. Hilton, really relying on Andrew Luck. He's missing week one. Let's see what he does. He didn't do too well with him being out a few games last year. Doug Baldwin, wide receiver two. He's a wide receiver one though. He finished 8th overall in our system. Consistent. Jermaine Kearse is out of there. I think he might take a step forward, but taking a step forward would mean if he's 6'7" range. Do I dare say Doug Baldwin has a shot to be a top 5 wide receiver this year? It's possible, man. Crabtree is your other wide receiver. Touchdown monster. All he does is score touchdowns. He scored 8 last year for 1,000 yards. Finished as the 11th best wide receiver. Wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1 upside. If Amari Cooper gets a little dinged up, like Michael Crabtree right there as your third wide, definitely better value than where he spotted that. Kyle Rudolph is your tight end. Drunk Irish. Basically you. So you just put you in the tight end spot and it'll be the same. He's probably like a top 8 tight end. Middle of the road. What you see is what you get. Definitely going to be some red zone opportunities for him. He scored 7 touchdowns last year. Pretty good. Eric Decker, the most handsome man in all of football, as you like to say. Not high on him. Definitely could see Corey Davis taking some reps from him. If he does stay on the field and he is the number 1, I think he's going to be pretty good, though. Last year on the Jets, he did nothing. He got hurt. You know, if you could see him bouncing back, maybe 800, 900 yards, definitely wide receiver territory for him. Yeah, Joe Mixon, like Joe Mixon a lot. No spot for him to play, though, yet. We'll see how that opens up for the year. All right, team 2. Wow, Jackie G wins 98.7%. My man is ha, 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 ha. Jack likes to draft a lot. Real big fan. Love your quarterbacks. Brady, Big Ben. Probably the best combination in the league in Brady and Ben if Ben stays healthy. Brady was the second quarterback taken. He is the man. He's going to average 30 points. Big Ben, if he's healthy, he's very, very good. He's also horrible on the road, which is crazy. His stats at home versus away are ridiculous. They're literally night and day. He's horrible on the road, but when he's in Heinz Field, he's amazing. He's very good. You got LaShawn McCoy, definitely running back 1. He finished as the 4th best running back with Le'Veon and David Johnson being there. I don't see him eclipsing those 2 guys, but I see him being right by them again. The Bills said they're going to run, and they're going to run a lot, just like last year. You got the Crow as your second running back. Definitely running back 2. He was a low-end 1 last year. I really don't think he has too much upside in that offense. Definitely going to be a running back 2, though. He's going to score touchdowns, hopefully, for them. I mean, he had 7 last year. Didn't have 1,000 yards, but this year I think he's going to get a little bit more carries. Definitely going to eclipse the 1,000-yard mark. Your wides are Cooper, Demaryius Thomas, and Jamison Crowder. 1, 2, 3. You got a 1, 2, 3 there, kid. Amari Cooper, solid number 1 over in Oakland. 13th best last year. So Crabtree wound up finishing better than him. Cooper's the yardage guy. Crabtree's the touchdown guy. If Cooper can get those touchdowns up, he's going to be really, really fucking good. I mean, at 1,100 yards, only 5 touchdowns, though. Double those touchdowns, he's in the top 10 range. Demaryius Thomas, G2. Really bad year last year. Me and Pete had him, too. Jesus Christ. We had everyone bad. Yeah, he finishes the 16th best wide receiver. We drafted him as our wide receiver 1. He was not good last year. Poor quarterback play helped with that. He still has Trevor Siemian, but Demaryius is one of the few guys who could catch a screen and take it to the house, and I think they're going to run more screens to him. I expect a nice bounce back year. I could definitely see him bouncing back to the top 10. He's a wide 2 right now. Definitely could see him being a wide 1. And Jamison Crowder. This guy he always killed the Giants. I just hated him running in the middle of the field. He was the 26th best wide last year. Probably a wide 3 this year. Maybe could enter wide 2 territory with Deshaun Jackson being out. Like him there. Martellus Bennett, nice tight end. Good offense. Going to score touchdowns. Had his best statistical year last year, believe it or not, his entire career. He enters a real good offense that is tight end friendly. I like him a lot this year. Definitely could see him slipping in the top 5 tight end. Bilal Powell is your flex. Gonna catch passes. Bilal was good last year, 16th best running back. I think he's better than the Crow. They might be very similar, but they have very similar games. Actually, no, they don't. Bilal Powell catches passes. Crow don't. Yeah, he's on a bad offense. You can only do so much when you have a bad offense. Fuck, I gotta rush this. Only got 3 minutes. Last but not least, Team Tucci, a fucking resident current commissioner, aka the league champion last year with the best team. Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, nice one too. Wilson was the 5th quarterback taken off the board. Like him there. Had a horrible year last year, but he was hobbled. You got Matt Stafford as the 2, huh? Fuck. Damn, Taz. Stafford was a low-end quarterback 1 last year. Could see him there. Could see him regressing. Your running back's a little too weak, in my opinion. Fournette, we don't know what he's going to be yet. He's on a bad team. Well, he's on a bad offense. If he opens up the field for Bortles, I think he finishes as a running back 1. I got him as a running back 2 right now because he's a rookie and we don't know what he has. You have Mark Ingram as your second running back. Good running back too. Solid. He was good. He was good last year. He finished as the 9th best running back. That's a running back 1, in my opinion. I think he goes a little bit lower this year, maybe 11, 12, because Adrian Peterson's there. Probably going to eat up a little bit more carries, a little bit more touchdowns. Nice running back too, in my opinion. You got Julio, Fitz, Watkins. Julio, stud. Can't say much more about him.